Oh, hey there. Hi there. Hello there. Strange seeing you so soon, huh? I said I was gonna stop working on this for the day, and technically, it's now 2:43 a.m. and the next day, so I'm not a liar, even though I'm a liar. So I have popped through a couple more changes. Party loyalty has been implemented in Iowa and Wisconsin to reflect the political views of the governors and appointed officials there, while they are still territories. No reason that they can't get their feet wet, but more so what I've been doing for most of the morning, passively while watching streams on my other monitors, is reading about early industrialization. And industrialization is a strong word for it in the United States, early manufacturing in the United States. One of the major manufacturing and business centers in the United States is and was Boston. Boston conquered, really this area had just right in here would produce, up until and up through 1845 produced about a fifth or slightly more than a fifth of all United States textiles. So that's been implemented by introducing a textile mill in the States. I moved factories around a little bit, and we can get into that specifically in a little bit. The oldest distilleries in the United States, Buffalo Trace, Burke's, and Jim Beam, all predate the start date of 1836, and all three are in or around Louisville, Kentucky. They're in this area, so we have a bottling works down there. Got ourselves a distillery. I think it's not the only one in the U.S. The oldest brewery in the United States is somewhere around here in Pennsylvania. So we have another bottling works in Pennsylvania to represent that. That's Yuengling. At the time, it was known as Eagle Brewing. The oldest winery, unfortunately, wouldn't open. Oldest winery still in operation, I should say. And those breweries and distilleries are the oldest ones still in operation today. Oldest winery still in operation today would not open until 1838, so I didn't think to include it. I added in two small arms manufactories to represent the Springfield Armory and Harper's Ferry Armory. So there's one in Massachusetts to represent the Springfield Armory, and there is one in West Virginia to represent Harper's Ferry. Harper's Ferry Armory is right here. It's right here-ish. And at the time, remember, Harper's Ferry was in Virginia, but nope, not here. In 1776, the United States was already the world's third largest iron producer. It's fucking insane. And, you know, Pennsylvania and its ironworks are famed and were already included in the game. Additionally, ironworks in Massachusetts, mostly out in Pittsfield, were quite noteworthy at this time and still are in some respects. So that's been introduced with an additional steel mill. Yeah. The canneries in Massachusetts have been moved to New York to reflect that the first canneries opened in the United States, and the heart of the cannery business for a long time, at least until Chicago got off the ground, was based out of New York. We're based out of New York as early as 1812, as a matter of fact. I've moved the Cooper Shipyard in Georgia to Norfolk to represent the Norfolk shipyards, which had nothing here. So Virginia now has a manufactory, and likewise the Portsmouth shipyard up here in Lewiston. So now New England has a Clipper shipyard up here. Steamships are still being made in New York. That's to represent some of the earliest steamships that were seaworthy, as in like ocean-worthy, Atlantic-worthy, were made in New York City. And as a matter of fact, by 1815, there were more steamboats on the Mississippi River than there were anywhere else in the world. And that trend did not change for quite some time. Now, eventually, the United Kingdom would surpass the United States in steamship production when the United Kingdom started focusing more on steel and metal ships, iron ships, whereas the United States had a lot of wooden, steam-driven ships, but it's still interesting. So yeah, some small production changes. Seems insignificant, but this is actually probably a unnecessary boon, boost, boom, whatever, to the United States that they didn't really need. The United States is now producing small arms and ammunition, whereas they weren't before. The United States is producing a little bit more textile than they were before, and jobs have been moved around a little bit. It's interesting. The early Victorian era is noteworthy in the United States for having a labor shortage at a lot of these manufactories. Remember, at this time, the vast majority of Americans, I think only 16% of Americans, even up through the end of the Civil War, lived in metropolitan areas. So most people are out in the country, not in the cities, working in these factory jobs. So we don't quite have a underemployment crisis, but there are a lot of available jobs, and that is intentional. So the capitalists might have a hard time, but I just threw in some factories for historical precedent. I hope it won't affect the balance too much, but I'm far beyond caring, clearly. That's it for now. I don't think I'll be making any more small changes tonight. I didn't plan on making any of these, but I just keep poking around and going, oh, I haven't looked at that. Huh, I guess I never thought to look at that. Or, oh yeah, I always meant to get around to that. And the mood has struck me tonight, so yay. I'll probably upload a new version to the GitHub, now that it's a new day. Today, at some point, I'm probably gonna, sleep and then do it, and we'll get around to it. But until later, God, hopefully it's more than, 5 fucking hours this time. Hopefully I, stop, go play Mass Effect, go do my dailies on Elder Scrolls Online, just, I don't know, stare in the void for a while and quit hyperfixating and go, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do this. Ooh, I could do that. I just want to sleep. Until later, I'm going to say toodaloo. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.